Welcome back, everyone. The last game we had a crushing loss against the Four Knights Scotch opening, which I thought I was okay with. And my opponent only used something like a minute and a half to completely destroy me. So I kind of seek revenge from this game, which we have the King's Gambit. Another weird opening. Actually, this opening was the first opening I learned about chess like a couple of years ago. So the main line is something like this. Then g5, then maybe bishop c4, then there's g4. But I really don't remember how to... It's a sharp line, and if black doesn't play the correct moves, it can be devastating. So after this, f5 closes the king's side. Maybe I can, yeah. Let's just take. Let's just take, and then let's see how many moves further I can remember in the line. Okay, this, then what? I think I should somehow castle queen's side. He has the center, which is scary. I'm thinking about d5. Surely he won't take. If he takes, I think I'm okay with it. If he pushes e4, then I can develop and somehow castle queen's side. Right. I also need to remember that this pawn is only protected by my queen, so it's another aspect of the game that I need to keep in mind. Because if this pawn falls, if this pawn falls, this is just, the f4 pawn is just very vulnerable. Okay, he takes. Yeah. So this check accomplishes nothing, I guess. Right. Maybe I can pin the knight and thus develop my bishop. Or just I mean, not now, but queen d8, bishop e6, and then long castles, which looks safer. But queen d8, is there d5? Is it a problem? It may be. Let's play it. Give my dark squared bishop for this knight. Maybe a problem because I have lots of weaknesses here. But I want castle king's side. At least I hope I won't have to castle king's side. Okay, now I take. I think. And then bishop e6 is probably better. Yeah, bishop e6 is good because, wait a second, bishop f5 blocks this, blocks the queen, but here then there's this pawn rush, which It's hard to escape. Maybe I can give a check, but then I can castle, right? Yeah, let's. It seems fine. Let's play it. If this, then let's give a check. If he blocks with the bishop, I castle king queen side. If he blocks with the queen, I just take, I guess. Maybe at some point I can throw something like h6 or f6 so that my queen is free from her task of defending this pawn. So let's think about weaknesses of my opponent. So these squares are weak. Maybe at some point I can bring my knight to there. There is a double pawn here, which is not bad, I think, right now. I mean, if there wasn't this check, then there would be a fork, which I see now. So maybe after, yeah, but I can castle. Maybe after he plays this move is, if I play something like random, this move is, I think, crushing, because there is no check and he can go here. So it's good that I can castle immediately in my next move. Maybe also this pawn is weak, so my knight is also 3 moves away from threatening this pawn or going into the g3 square. One of the problems I may face is the b file after I castle. It's just somewhat easy to attack. Also, this bishop is in a good diagonal, I think. So I need to be quick on the king's side somehow. One of the problems I see in my games is that I usually don't look for any tactics, which, I mean, I'm not really good at finding them, but there was a tactic in the, like, I think second or third video, which was very basic and I could have found it if it was a puzzle rush or something, but because I was so focused on the positional aspects, I completely missed it. So maybe I need to remember myself from time to time that I need to look for tactics more often. But as for now, I don't see any. It may be that there's no tactics or... Yeah, my opponent will just abandon. I thought he was thinking, but apparently he was not. Anyways, I mean, it's a free win, so I'm not gonna complain about that. Let's see. So we chose this line, which is one of the main lines. A3, bishop G7. Computer suggests this. Oh, at least right now he suggests D6. D6. D6, knight C3, then bishop G7, something along these lines. I mean, which is, I don't immediately see why it is good, but I mean, some basic development, I guess. So this is also not bad. Here D6, yeah, D5 is not suggested. D6 is one of the main moves, or bishop G7 again. Yeah, I remembered this move in the King's Gambit. Also, there's this Queen F6 moves at some points. I think it's in the variations where there's no A3 and you can go here. But D5 seemed to be the correct move. And he takes D5 is the correct move, the computer says. In the game I thought this was good for me, but after knight C3, yeah, we can just follow the game. I don't need to use my mouse. Yeah, here Queen E6 check is also suggested. Bishop D3, bishop E3, bishop D3, bishop E3. No, E2. But wait, what? Oh no, it's white's turn, yeah. I am the black side. Queen E6, bishop B4. Yeah, bishop B4 was played by me. Here you have to take, and suddenly black is a little bit better. Oh, this was bad. Bishop. Okay, G4 is suggested. Bishop F5. So this was not good. Not bad, sorry. Because of what? If you take this, then you just ignore it either by this or this. I mean, if you go back, then what? Yeah, black is completely fine here. Rook H to G8. Yeah. Because white's king is very much complete, very much exposed to any threat, so this move was actually bad. Because of what? C4. Why? C4. I calculated this and this. Yeah, this is just losing, right? This or even just this. This is actually not that good. The computer wants bishop takes c4. But here it says king f2 is just fine. Yeah, you can't castle right now because of this move. Yeah, in the game I mentioned that if there was no check here, then after c4, d5 was a weak threat, but actually, even if there is a check, it's still a threat if you don't go here, right? Because if you go here, then I can just castle, right? No, I can't. I mean, there's this pin, but queen d3. Yeah, I'm not losing material, but I'm not in a good position. So after this, so it's bad, right? Even if you give a check and there's bishop e2, this is the only move winning. Another option is g4, which is not better for black, but just equal. Yeah, it seems I completely miscalculated or misevaluated the position. Anyways, our opponent just doesn't play any move and we win an easy match. So I'll see you guys in the next one.